Okay, so I'm just going to check in to what the energies are for this week and using these Chakra Wisdom Tarot cards. And let's see what it'll talk more about, like our foundation, where we come from in our foundation, where we are now and where we're heading. And the thing is with all the cards, it's not the cards that tell us anything. It's like it stimulates us. It's like looking at a piece of art, like a modern art, and then looking at, oh well, what does it mean to you? What is it showing you? And that's what the cards are about. Is really like, okay, what is it showing you? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull them. I'm going to look at them. I'm going to interpret them. I'm going to even read what it says in the book about them. But what you need to do is to listen within yourself. What's coming up for yourself? Pay attention to what's coming up for yourself. It can be something totally separate or outside of what's actually here, but it's what's coming up, and you just pay attention to what's coming up for yourself. If you want to, you can take out a piece of paper and a pen and write down what comes up. It could be a weird, strange sound or name or whatever. And I'll just let you know that it's happened to me before, that I'll wake up and I'll hear somebody's name, and it'll be somebody I hadn't like connected to or related within like decades. But I'll pay attention to it, and then I'll reach out to that person through one of the social medias and just say, hey, your name came up for me, just wanted to connect. And oftentimes it was like exactly the connection that needed to happen. And it's just paying attention. Pay attention to what comes up to you, and work with it as you like. So the foundation of where we came from is, it's this upside down, what is it? The moon. Ooh, the moon. Emotions. So we have come from a very, very emotional reality. Everything's been emotions. And look how the blue connects to the plates and stuff. So we've come from a very emotional foundation. It's upside down too, and that says a lot. Now, if I turn it right side up so you can see it, it's actually, there's a woman there in a cloak with the half moon, and you see the white wolf and the black wolf. So it really has been, we've been coming from like the devil and the angel on our shoulders, emotionally, moving us from fear to love, love to fear, and back and forth, right? And what they say about it, I've got to put the card down to read it. The moon, and the moon is all the way near the end. Okay. You learn through your own shadow is what it is. So when you find the things that are uncomfortable, the things that you don't really appreciate within yourself, if you really allow yourself to dig deep, you learn from them. So this is a 5th chakra card. It has to do with your voice. Wow. We were dealing with this before in my yoga class just yesterday. What comes out of your voice, comes out of your mouth, creates your world. And there are things that have come out of our throat, out of our mouth, that we really wish to cleanse from the world. So if you want, you can look at the Heart Yoga class that I just did yesterday, either on Freedom Center Sweden and Facebook, or go to the patreon.com/Suna Senman, and we worked with that. Also, I think it's on Instagram, that part. We're given a chance to review. So we've come from a past where we've really been given a chance to review. Are we cultivating something that we don't want but haven't yet seen clearly? Here in the full moon, we can see everything, where we've come from and what we have. The moon card will light up whatever internal behavior is pulling us off track. So be grateful for it. Instead of judging ourselves and being upset with ourselves, recognize, ooh, this is something that has been pulling me off track, that has been being my suffering, not my joy, not my peace, not my harmony. It's off track because my being on track is being in my joy, my peace, my harmony. Now we pulled it upside down. So it says it's about restrictions, turmoil, anarchy, nightmares, distrust, and misinterpretation. Wow, that's where we've been coming from. Anarchy, distrust, misinterpretation. A lot of information has been coming out in so many different ways, and that's what we're coming from, that misinterpretation, that misery. Where we are now, ooh, look at this. That's beautiful, that green. And what is it? The Wheel of Fortune. See that? So what the Wheel of Fortune, that is beautiful. Green is like the heart energy. So it's right there in the heart. So we're right here now in the heart with the whole universe, playing with the universe and like a wheel. And what that says here, and you're doing your own interpretation as I'm talking, you're listening to your own self as I speak, as I show you things. It's the fourth chakra, which is the heart. It's the feminine power of compassion. So we're at a space of compassion, okay? We came from an emotional place where we're seeing distortedly. It's anarchy. It's what was it? It was constriction. It was, and we're going into a place of compassion. We're in a place of compassion for ourselves. So it's now looking and summoning up the tools that bring your heart joy. We're focusing on what brings our heart joy. Will you step forward and summon what your heart craves? So listen into your heart and ask for what your heart wants. And this is a time to really recognize that your heart knows best. So really focus into that. Where are we going? Here we go. Four of Wands. The Four of Wands. Now, what is the Four of Wands? First of all, she's lying down with these wands in front of her, with a window behind her. What does the Four of Wands mean? What messages are you getting right now? What are you hearing within? Just write it down, and you can play with it later on. So I'm going to read what the Four of Wands say. Four of Wands. The Four. First of all, it's the heart again. So it's the heart. We're dealing with the heart energy now after coming out of this emotional turmoil. And the Four of Wands is the heart's joy. It's about the heart's joy. So that's where we're going, into our heart's joy. So when we realize we came from the emotional background of looking at what we've created that we really don't like, that we don't like experiencing in the world, recognizing it, then we are being compassionate and really calling forth the tools that create our heart's joy. We start to live in our heart's joy. Look how beautiful and peaceful this is. And the swords are just lying down, right? No more fighting. This is where you get to ponder your accomplishments. You have everything that you dream of. This is where you're coming from. Where we're going to, a new life. It's indicating blooming. That something exciting that's related to something good is coming, and you're ready and preparing your heart to be open to joy. It's a homecoming, a reunion, an anticipation, an expansion, an awakening. So the meditation is to go inside and tap into your joy and the happiness surrounding the true spirit of anticipation around your desire. What would your world look like if this was the only true anticipation? So I'm going to do a meditation right at this moment to help us do that. And if you just keep silent here for a moment on the side, we are just going to breathe into your heart. Place your hand on your heart. Just breathe into your heart and out of your heart. First, recognize the emotional turmoil where we've come from. Recognize some of the anxiety, the fear, the sadness. Just recognize it. Have compassion for yourself. Really honor yourself for allowing yourself to feel, allowing yourself to go through what you've gone through, and to now bring forth all the tools that will comfort you. So that may be physically a cup of tea, a hot bath, getting a massage, getting a pedicure, taking a deep breath. So that's what we're doing now, is we're just breathing into our hearts and feeling the spark of joy and love and divine diamond light within our hearts. Just breathe into that. Now this is one of the heart technologies that I use, but there's many on my Patreon page, a community. So just breathe into your heart, feel your heart. Feel that diamond light within your heart. Allow that diamond light to be like the spark that grows into a flame with each breath as you're breathing on it. That flame grows from the size of a pea into the size of a baseball. That diamond light at the size of a baseball as you're breathing grows into the size of a grapefruit. That diamond light, as you're breathing into it, continues to grow into the size of a basketball. As you're breathing, that diamond light grows into the size of a beach ball. It is now growing out around your whole being. As you're breathing, it is growing out and creating an egg that holds the whole physical you inside. As you're breathing, this diamond light is growing outwards. Beyond the egg, it is shining. The egg itself is covered with a blanket of divine mother love from Mother Earth, beautiful pink rose light, and a golden light from Divine Father Source around that. So you are now protected within this light, within this egg, with the blanket of Divine Father, Divine Mother Earth, with your diamond light within, and your diamond light can shine beyond the egg, shining out on everything around you, your whole room, your whole building, your whole neighborhood, your whole community. So this diamond light is really shining this peace, this joy, this beauty, this warmth, this security, this love, divine diamond light. And as you continue to breathe, know that this light is continuing, just like the sun shines. And as we bring our consciousness back to ourselves and to our physical life, we know that this diamond light is continuing to shine. So now, thank yourself, thank all the powers, divine love energies around you, thanking Mother Earth as we come back into living a harmonious life, preparing our hearts to open for even greater joy and blessings through this day. Go forth in this day with blessings.